KMES English Medium Junior College welcomes its students for the online lectures of philosophy for Standard 12. For Chapter 3, Who am I? What am I? For the topic, Introduction to Who am I and What am I? An Indian Philosophy. Students, the third chapter of philosophy named Who am I and What I am consists of following subtopics. Introduction to Who am I and What I am, Indian philosophy, Western philosophy, and the scientific perspective. Introduction. Who am I? When we come across a stranger, obviously the question that comes to our mind is, who is this person? We may even ask, may I know who you are? The other person may also ask the same question to you. But neither of us gets confused by this question. Rather, we introduce each other. This introduction can be lengthy one, which includes name, place, education, occupation, like, dislike, hobbies, etc. Or it can even be short one, with just asking the name of each other. This identity provides specific information about us. We usually carry our college identity cards or even Aadhaar cards. These identity cards provide specific information about us and also our photograph. This identity is necessary and even sufficient in order to get access to certain place or for a bank and government office related work. However, just a formal introduction is generally not enough for the relationship between two individuals. For a relation developed between follows several. In addition to the formal introduction, other aspects such as understanding each other's personality, opinions, habits, manner of speaking, etc. are included in this relationship. Many a time we find that even in a short meeting, we learn a lot about a person. At times we face such situations where we doubt whether we have really understand the person we have known for years. Moreover, we may sometimes even surprise ourselves by what we speak and the way we behave. We ask, I never thought I would do that or behave like this. If that is so, doesn't it mean that we have not really been acquainted with ourselves? We do not know ourselves well. We may be able to respond to the question, who you are, in such a way that other person understands, accepts and satisfied with the given information. Nevertheless, this information that is provided to the person is in a way superficial. That is because we have never asked the question, who am I, to ourselves and have never tried to find its answer. We all know that grammatically the I is a first person, singular pronoun. Every individual uses the pronoun I while talking about oneself. That means everyone's I is different from the other I, it is unique. At times we say, I am not like you to speak. Act, behave in this way. Our sense of I is our distinctness from others. The information provided in any identity certificate mostly introduce us on the basis of caste, religion, age, gender, class and education. It gives a fair idea of our social, cultural and economic status. There are many people who have the same economic and social status. That means, according to the above mentioned criteria, we may be similar to many other people. However, our behavior, our way of thinking, our habits, our emotions, opinions, values, thoughts are mostly personal or private in nature. That I we consider as different from others is a unique blend of all these different aspects. Many of these aspects are challengeable and they keep changing. We, however, believe that all these changes have taken place in me according to the metaphysical terminology. I is a substance in which this change occurs. If the I is considered as a substance, then it obviously turns out to be independent and self-existent. But basically, is there any such substance? If yes, which categories does it belong to? Matter of consciousness? Many such questions arise in philosophy. Fundamentally, the question, who am I, does not refer to any specific individual I. As we have seen above, each person I is distinct from others and is one of its kind. It is obvious that at that level of distinctness, a general answer to the question, who am I, is not possible. The I that philosophy is interested in knowing is that I, which is commonly found in all human beings. In a sense, it is the I that represents the mankind. It is the human self. So, the answer to this question, who am I, introduces man to one's own self. We have seen in the previous, there are four relations that philosophy primarily studies. Also indicate man relation to oneself. Relation human being relation with self. Second, human being relation with nature. Third, human being relation with other human beings. Fourth, human being relation with the existence, if any, beyond the perceptual world. This study is essential to live a good life. So, the study of human being and its relationship with oneself, the nature, with other human beings, and the existence beyond the perceptual world is very essential for the good life. In order to know who we are, what we are, our abilities and limitations that we want, what we do not want, what we should do, what we should not do, we must first understand what we exactly are. When we say we are human beings, this question has great importance in metaphysics. Metaphysics is one of the branch of philosophy. The question gives the answer given by this question that we are human beings. The response given to this question directly affects the problem and the concept of other branch like epistemology, ethics, etc. Ourselves are found in both, in Indian and Western tradition. Indian philosophy. In Indian philosophy, we are going to study about Charvaka Darshana, Jaina Darshana, Buddha Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, and Advaita Vedanta Darshana. We are going to study each of these darshanas' views regarding the question, who am I and what am I? Charvaka Darshana. Charvakas are materialistic. They reject the existence of consciousness or non-material substance independently of material body. That does not mean that they deny the existence of consciousness or awareness. According to them, as long as we are alive, our body is animated. According to Charvaka, this conscious body itself is the I. And that is their answer to the question, who am I? So, the answer to the question, who am I, is the conscious body itself is I. Charvaka denies the existence of soul. It is generally believed that soul is conscious, that does not perish with body. Idealistic and realistic philosophers believe in an independent existence of consciousness. However, the materialistic assert that the consciousness necessarily emerges from material substance only. The obvious question that is asked here is, if a material substance is fundamentally devoid of consciousness, how can consciousness emerge from it? Charvaka answered this with the help of many explanations. Just as the combination of green beetle leaves, brown beetle nut, and white lime, if chewed together, produce red color, which does not exist in any of them in particular, but the combination of various material elements produce consciousness. Charvaka defines soul as the conscious living body. They would always say, Chaitanya Vishita Viha Vi Atma. As a result, they reject all them existing philosophical views and common belief that the soul is immortal, that it goes to heaven or hell after death, or that it takes rebirth and enter a new body. The view of Charvaka is also known as Vihatmaveda. This metaphysical standpoint of Charvaka is logically consistent with their epistemological perspective, which accepts perception as the only valid source of knowledge. Jaina Darshana. Jainas are realists. They believe that every organism is a combination of two independent substances. That substance are material body and consciousness. According to Jainas, not only animal but plant and even dust particles also have soul. However, the level of awareness or consciousness differs. Jainas have systematically classified the jiva, living being, on the basis of following criteria: their ability to move, the number of senses they use to experience the world, whether they are liberated or bounded. Although there are such difference in the consciousness level of different jiva, every jiva is of the nature of consciousness. This jiva itself is the knower, the doer and the enjoyer. So, the jiva of Jnana Darshana is the knower, the doer and the enjoyer. Every jiva has the potentiality to attain infinite knowledge, infinite faith, infinite power and infinite bliss. However, there are obstacles that need to be overcome. The material body to which the jiva is connected cause this obstacle. The material body is formed from the minute particle of matter, which is known as Pudgala in Jain Darshana. Pudgala means the particles or items that can be combined or disintegrated. The passion and desire present in jiva or soul, originating from their past karmas, attract peculiar particles toward the jiva, taking a particular form. Consciousness exists in each of these particles of body. The body, the sense, the mind are all considered to be the obstacle in the path toward the perfection of the soul. Until this perfection is achieved, the soul remains bounded with matter. It continues to move from one body to another after the death of the earlier one. Jainas believe that faith, knowledge and characters are essential in order to get liberated from the cycle of rebirth. The Jainas answer to the question, who am I, is that I am the soul and can attain infinite wisdom, faith, power and bliss on liberation. So, Jainas question to the question, who am I, is answered by I am soul. Buddha Darshana. Other than Charvaka, the school that rejected the existence of soul in Indian tradition is Buddhism. So, Buddhism and Charvaka does not believe in the existence of soul. The reasons behind this are much different from each other. Buddhism does not believe in any kind of permanent or eternal substance. They believe that impermanence is essential nature of Satya, reality. I or self. This position implies that the self is constantly changing. There is nothing inside us which is constant from birth to death. We are different every moment, but we are not aware of these changes that take place from moment to moment. We do change, but it does not mean that every moment we become a complete different person. Many a time when friends meet after a long time, they say, you look just the same. You have not changed a bit. The experience and memories that we have gathered since our childhood make us believe that we are the same. It is the same me. If we are constantly changing, then why do we experience consistency or identity? The answer of the Buddha is that what we experience is a kind of continuum. However, continuum is not eternal or permanent. If you take a pot of oil and pour it slowly, we see a continuous stream of oil, but in reality it consists of several drops. Due to the succession of these drops, we do not see that they are distinct. Every moment a new drop is poured out of the glass, but we look at them as a single constant flow. Same is the case with our existence. It is made up of several changing constituents. There is no constituent or substance which in the person throughout. The arrangement of the constituents keep changing, but this continuum is maintained since there is no interruption. As a result, we start feeling that there is some never-changing permanence principle in us. To clarify this further, Buddhists give an example of the flame of the oil lamp. The flame that burns in the lamp is different every moment. Since every moment the different drop of oil burns along with different particles of the wick using the oxygen in the air. But due to the rapid succession and continuity, we experience it as the one and the same flame. Similarly, our existence is composed of 5 components according to Buddhism. So, who am I? Is the answer to this question according to Buddhism is that our existence is composed of 5 components. Sankhya Darshana. According to Sankhya Darshana, self means soul. It is completely different from the body, mind and intellect. The self is the Purusha, while the body, mind and intellect etc. are Prakriti. In human being, both elements exist together. Generally, we identify ourselves with our body. We have also seen that Charvaka too believe so. Sankhya, however, said that to identify the body with the self is ignorance. Our self is in fact our soul. Consciousness is the very nature of the soul. It never changes or it has no joy and sorrow. It does not perform an action. Change, activity, pleasure and pain, desire, all these are present in the body and mind. Means these are thus the attributes of Prakriti. Even though the self is not the doer or the enjoyer, it is the knower. Everything that manifests from Prakriti can be an object of knowledge. But the Purusha who exists independent of Prakriti can never be the object of knowledge. Everyone's self is different. It does not perish with the body. According to Sankhya, we are not the changing perishable body. Rather, our true nature is an immortal soul, which is pure consciousness. That is what we truly are. Advaita Vedanta. Since Jaina and Sankhya school of Indian philosophy are not materialistic, they accept the independent existence of self. But at the same time, they do not deny the existence of matter. The the Advaita Vedanta Darshana is essentially idealistic. Hence it accepted the existence of soul only and rejected the existence of material substance. Similarly, being monistic, it does not accept the plurality of self like the Sankhya. We have studied that for Advaita Vedanta, Brahman is the one and only reality. What we understood as soul is Brahman itself. The answer to the question, who am I, is I am Brahman. Just like Brahman, I am without any attribute, formless, eternal, indestructible, non-moving and never changing. It is only because of the ignorance that we identify ourselves with the body and distinguish ourselves from others. It is true that our action and behavior at particular level is in accordance with the belief. However, Advaita said that when we attain the knowledge of self, that is the knowledge of Brahman, we experience ourselves as the all-pervading, pure consciousness.